Hey, how you doing? My name is Attorney LaKanya Murray. I am the owner and founder of Off the Mark IP Solution and the host of what we call Murray's Law. This is your chance to send in questions and have me answer those questions. Keep in mind that nothing that I say here is legal advice, and the question that you submit, they need to be able to help the group in general. It's not self-serving. We want to make sure that we all succeed, we all go for it. So ask something that can help the group as a whole. And today's question, I think, is a really good one. Someone reached out and they wanted to know what my take was on this word, the entrepreneur word. And here's what I think. I think that nowadays, like right now, that we are in a time where it's like glamorous to be an entrepreneur. I think that people, they look at entrepreneurs through, like, I call them like Instagram mode, or like, because it's like through filters. And when they think about entrepreneurs, they think about people like going to Starbucks with your laptop and your latte and taking cute pictures and getting some work done and, you know, being your own boss and things like that. But they don't really think about all of the hard work that goes into being not only an entrepreneur, but also a business owner, because it takes a lot of work in order to do that. And this is what I do know about being an entrepreneur. Like, while every entrepreneur owns a business, not every business owner is an entrepreneur. And when you come in, definitely say, hey, let me know that you're here. I really would like to say hey to you and know who I'm talking to and working with. So here's the thing. Both entrepreneurs and business owners, they solve problems, right? But an entrepreneur, the way they solve problems is really innovative. It's new. Like, they solve problems in a way that hasn't existed before. So they're not just building a burger place or something. They're coming up with something innovative and creative to solve a problem. And that's one of the things when it comes to being an entrepreneur. Business owners, on the other hand, they're providing a product or a service, and they are solving a problem, but there's not this, maybe they're solving it in a way that's better that's been solved before. But entrepreneurs, they have a little more difficult time. One, their resources are often limited, and two, because nobody's ever done it before. So that's part of their journey. Literally the part of their journey, that's why I always call it an entrepreneur journey, is figuring out how to get it done. That's their journey, is how to execute this huge idea. So I think that's thing number one. Constantly creating. That's like, some of my favorite clients are entrepreneurs. And the reason, and this is the thing, I have favorite clients that are entrepreneurs, but they still run a business. So they have like entrepreneur tendencies. And one of the things I love about them is how they're always creating, always, you know, trying to get to the next thing to improve not only their business, but even like the industry. And I think, and that's what I like. That's what I love about being an entrepreneur. Like, even myself, yes, I own a business and I'm an attorney, but I don't consider myself a business owner. I consider myself more of an entrepreneur, because I'm not just providing a service. I'm looking at ways how I can better serve my clients in ways that have not been done before. Like, I'm always trying to figure out what's the next thing. How can I help improve my client's life? So I don't just provide legal services. I teach, I write books, I speak, create courses, like all those things. And I think that's what makes me an entrepreneur. And here's the thing. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to learn how to prioritize. There's going to be a lot of sacrificing, because there are going to be a lot of long nights, a lot of early mornings, and you do all this for a short, you sacrifice for like a short term or a short period of time, so you can get this long-term gain. And that short term, so people get confused. I get messages all the time. I've been in business 3 to 6 months and I'm not where I thought I would be. Well, you've been in business 3 to 6 months. Like, where did you really think you were going to be? Did you really think that you were going to be like 6 figures millionaire at 6 months? A lot of people really, really do. Hey, how you doing? They really, really do. And so what you have to realize is, like, you're sacrificing like this, and I call it short term, but it's not really like 3 to 6 months. It can be years. But if you keep with it and being consistent with it, it will pay off. That's one of the things I can tell you from my business, is like just being consistent with what I'm doing. I've seen a difference in my business. I'm nowhere near where I was when I first formed my business 6 years ago, like I'm nowhere near that. Like I'm not. And I could have quit I could have quit like after 3 months, after 6 months. I could have quit after a year, like when I was doing this and wasn't making any money and having any clients, but I didn't. I stuck with it. And because I stuck with it and coming up with different ways in order to serve and reach my clients, that's why I'm here today. So stick with it. You know, part of this journey is just staying along the path and on the drive. Entrepreneurs, we take risk. Like it was a risk for me to go from, when I first started my practice, I had a general practice, and I call it a threshold practice, meaning anything that walked over the threshold, I would help, you know. So I don't care if it was criminal or domestic or, you know, disability, personal injury. Like if you needed me, I was there. So when I transitioned from stepping away from that and focusing solely on what I do now, which are trademarks, copyright, and business development, that was a huge risk. It was a huge risk because my money came from all of that other stuff. However, none of that stuff served me. Like I was serving people and none of it served me. That's not what I knew my calling to be. I knew that this is what I wanted to do, but in order to do this, I had to sacrifice not having dependable, reliable income so that I can focus on this. And this is just a moment of transparency for you. I guess you can kind of say like I was working a day job, because as I was building off the mark, I still took those clients. I just didn't market those services. And I can tell you now in 2018, I'm down to where I only have, I think, one more criminal client. And that part is, I'm not doing it anymore, but it's taken that long for me to be able to build off the mark to a place where I can sustain off the income from just off the mark. So that's just a moment of transparency as far as when we're talking about short term and versus long term. That's what I'm talking about. And sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes you have to find a way to fund your dreams. And a lot of times people say, well, you shouldn't, you know, they try to make you feel bad for working. You know, you working, what do they say? What's this thing that's going around? A job is just something to kill your dreams. But no, for a lot of people, that job, that paycheck is what's going to help them get to where they want to be. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. It's a little bit off of what I want to talk about, but I want to throw that out there. So as an entrepreneur, we take risk, but as for business owners, the risk, we try to minimize the risk. We like that steady, we like that predictable environment that comes with being a business owner. You know, most business owners, they have like a product or a service that they provide, and that's what you get. That's what you get. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because if you think about it, as an entrepreneur, one of your goals is really to get to that place. You want to get to that place where your business is providing steady, dependable, reliable income, right? You want to get to that place where you have all the journey has produced was that those systems. And so yeah, but back to what we were talking about. We were talking about risk. We were talking about as an entrepreneur, we want to get to the place where our business is predictable and steady because of the systems and processes that we have in place. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, it's exciting being a part of the entrepreneur journey, but it's so rewarding and satisfying to know that all your hard work produced a business, and now you are a business owner. And people they transition from being an entrepreneur to a business owner. And I think one of a good example of someone that's done that is Mark Zuckerman. You know, when he created Facebook, there was nothing like Facebook around. But he created it. He went through that journey, and now Facebook is a sustainable, breathing business. But one of the things that I like about him, Zuckerman, is that yes, he made that transition, but he kept his entrepreneur tendencies, meaning that he's always looking for the next big idea to help fuel his business forward. He's not just satisfied with it being just where it is. So that eventually, if he did that, then he would become irrelevant to all the other social platforms that keep growing and coming out. That's what I have for you today. So that's my answer. My answer is everybody's not an entrepreneur, and that's okay. Some people own businesses. Some people just have hobbies, and we can get into that another day. Some people aren't an entrepreneur or a business owner. They just have hobbies. So what you want to do is, if you're on this entrepreneur journey, at some point you want to get off that journey and be a business owner, or you want to have something that you can sell to someone else and you can move on to the next thing. Because for a lot of people, it's just the thrill. It's the thrill of coming up with that big idea and executing that idea. And then for other people, they are totally satisfied with being like, you know what, I did this. This is what I worked so hard to do and to accomplish. That's what I have. That's Murray's Law today. So if you have a question or something that you want us to talk about on Murray's Law, definitely drop a comment below, or you can email us at hello@offthemarkip.solutions, or you can private message us on any of our social media platforms. All right? Take care.